Welcome to the Calgary Electric Football League and the opening game day of season number 2. Our first featured game as the defending champion Miami Dolphins of season 1, coached by Shane, versus the Green Bay Packers, coached by Tori. The last time these two teams met was in the season 1 divisional final, where the Dolphins prevailed 21-14. In the opening set of this game, the Dolphins offense stalls at a 3-and-out, and the Packers take over deep in their own end. And they commence a very slow, time-wasting, long drive that ends with wide receiver number 83, John Jefferson, making a 2-yard TD pass reception from Aaron Rodgers. Miami offense finally gets their hands on the ball with very little time left in the first half, but they make the most of it. Dan Marino executes a 27-yard run, and on the very last play of the first half, Dan Marino hooks up with Mark Duper for a 58-yard pass and run for a TD, and the game is tied 7-7 going into the intermission. In the first series of the second half, the Packers offense stalls out with a 3-and-out. Tim Mastey has his punt attempt blocked while in the shadows of the Packers goalposts. Miami Dolphins number 99, Jason Taylor, blocks and recovers the kick in the end zone, and the Dolphins quickly shock the Packers, going up 14-7 early in the third quarter. Moving on late into the fourth quarter, the Packers are nearing the end of another long drive and have a prime opportunity to tie the game and send it into potential overtime. Here's what happens with a pass attempt in the corner of the Dolphins end zone. The Dolphins D finally stops the Packers' long drive on the 4th down and 1 gamble from the 6-yard line. They take over possession of the ball around the clock, and the final is Miami 14, Green Bay 7. Despite the fact Green Bay dominated the time of possession, the Dolphins came through with the big plays when they needed them. Our next featured game has last season's Super Bowl finalist, the Philadelphia Eagles, with Coach Andrew debuting a brand new figures throughout his entire roster for this game. Facing him is Coach Josh with the Arizona Cardinals, who proved in last season that they have the fastest team in the CEFL. In first half action, the Eagles' Brian Westbrook, number 36, goes on a 42-yard romp for a TD. Later on in the first half, Brian Retzlaff, tight end, number 44, also goes on a TD run of 11 yards. And the game goes into the intermission with the Eagles up 14-0 over the Cards. In the second half action, Eagles continues to steamroll and execute the biggest offensive play of the game. Randall Cunningham completes a 68-yard pass and run with wideout Harold Carmichael for the TD. The Arizona Cardinals finally answer back with Kurt Warner hooking up with fullback Abe Woodson with a TD pass of 37 yards. Here we're going to run through a full play sequence. The ball has just been snapped, which is basically just a quick on-off of the board, and then followed by 3 full time stoppages. We utilize digital darkroom timers. Snap stoppage will be about 0.2 of a second, and full stop is on this particular board is about 1.2 seconds. That's enough for the fastest player to move about 12-15 yards. Our rule set is mostly adapted from Anthony Burgess's MPFL system. Anthony has his own Facebook page where he explains and demos his system. It's a lot of fun. It's well suited to the scale boards that we use in the CEFL. Now, the game situation here is it's late in the game. The Eagles are up 21-7, so they're just basically trying to run out the clock here. They employed a full backfield, as you saw, and Randall Cunningham just handed the ball off to number 10, Deshaun Jackson. He goes up the right side of the offensive line. Meanwhile, the Arizona Cardinals bring on a full blitz. And I guess here's an instance where speed can be a disadvantage. The Cardinals missed the tackle, overshoot the ball carrier with their linebackers and safeties. And the Eagles runner has an open range through the Cardinals' defensive secondary. You can see he's already at the 30-yard line. He goes on to score a 61-yard touchdown run. As Coach Andrew shows He needed no time to adapt to his new Eagles team. In the next game for today's schedule, Coach Josh and his Arizona Cardinals faced the rather daunting task of trying to salvage their game day results by taking on the Miami Dolphins, who are hoping to continue their undefeated streak, currently sitting at 11-0, a carryover from last season's perfect campaign. These two teams never met in the last season's regular season, however. On this particular play, Olindo Mari kicks a successful 40-yard field goal. Unfortunately for the Dolphins, they would only manage one other field goal score, as the Cardinals bring their A-game defensively and stymie the Dolphins' offense, and also get their own ground game working offensively. Arizona ends Miami's winning streak and earns a well-deserved victory. The final game of the day features the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Green Bay Packers. In the last meeting between these two teams, the Eagles kicked the last play game-winning field goal in a very tight defensive battle in Season 1. In the first half of this game, Aaron Rodgers, under heavy pass pressure, throws into double coverage deep in the red zone and has it picked off. In the ensuing series, however, the Eagles fumble the ball at midfield and the Packers recover. They make no mistake this time and take it in for 7 on the next series. Majority of the game from that point on becomes a tight defensive struggle. However, late in the fourth quarter, the Eagles, on the end of a long drive, score on a pass play from Randall Cunningham on the very last play of regulation time. We are going to overtime. In the Calgary Electric Football League, we utilize a college style of overtime. Both teams are given an opportunity to scrimmage on the opposition's 25-yard line. So in this overtime, Eagles win the coin toss and elect to go first, and they continue where they left off in regulation time and power in for 7. The Eagles are now threatening to claim another last play comeback win against the Packers, so it's the Packers' time to answer back if they can. And indeed, that's what happens as Aaron Rodgers scrambles into the end zone for the TD. At this point, the Packers coach decides to go for the 2-point conversion, so it's win or lose the game on this one play. And the Packers' offensive line does the job, allowing Jim Taylor to run in from the 2, ensuring the Packers' victory.